What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and got a new topic this morning. Just read an article that's stating that Abel Sanchez, which is Golovkin's trainer, stated that Canelo could lose to Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. And then he gave his opinion about it, and I would totally disagree. I think the odds of Canelo losing to Chavez Jr. are very slim because, again, in my opinion, I see Canelo Chavez Jr. I see Canelo beating Chavez Jr. like he beat Angulo because he's slower. He doesn't have the boxing ability nor the skill, but he does have punching power, and the only thing that they possess is a chin and a puncher's chance. However, it's a little bit more dangerous from Chavez Jr. because he's a bigger guy. However, Chavez Jr. is going down in weight, which makes him weaker, so that's the edge. So that's the advantage that Canelo's camp will have. And then, of course, Canelo will be a lot stronger. So I don't see that fight going like Abel Sanchez sees it. I know it was just a speculated question that was asked to him, and but his reasons for Chavez Jr. winning, the only way I could see him winning is that he hydrates 20 pounds and he does have the right energy, and he did put in the training and the focus, and he just catches Canelo with the right punch, with the left hook to the body, because everyone knows Canelo does have a soft center. I could see that, but not really, because Canelo, it will be Canelo will, for every punch, 2 punches that Chavez Jr. will throw, Canelo will throw 4 or 5, and 3 out of 5 will land. So, again, I just see a target. It will be a good fight because Canelo and Chavez's style. It's going to be a war. I believe it will be an entertaining fight. However, I don't see Chavez have any chance in this fight. But theoretically, okay, if Chavez Jr. did beat Canelo Alvarez, it would have to be by knockout. And if that did happen, nobody would care to see Golovkin Canelo anymore. And honestly, I think, it would be better for the sport of boxing, simply because then Chavez Jr. will have that King Slayer seat, right? And then, of course, a fight between Chavez Jr. and Golovkin will be negotiated. And I would love to see that fight because, again, this is another fighter these are 2 fighters that have sparred with each other, I don't know if anyone knows. The speculation about Canelo, all this brewed up, this whole thing started was because Canelo had the middleweight belt. Okay, that was one. But for 2, the main reason I feel is because Golovkin and Canelo has sparred before. They've traded gloves before. They've been in the same ring, trading punches. And it was mixed things that, and it wasn't videotaped, supposedly. I think someone videotaped it, but they won't leak it, for whatever reason, But, you hear back and forth things on who did what to who, and some people said Canelo Alvarez held his own. Some people say Golovkin beat the crap out of Canelo, but you heard a lot of that. So that was really what the whole, buzz was about, and then when Canelo won the Ring Magazine and the WBC belt from Cotto, then that fight was, heavily favored because of the styles, and then these guys have seen each other in the ring before, on a sparring basis, but still, it's these guys have got physical with each other, and Golovkin and Chavez Jr. have also been in the ring, and these guys have also know what it's like to feel each other's punch, they had protection, but again, Golovkin was able to land a lot to Chavez, but it shows that Chavez Junior does have a good chin, being in there with Golovkin trading punches, and then and that would be another entertaining fight, and that fight would sell because then if Chavez Jr. knocks out Canelo Alvarez, do you know what they'll do for his stock? His dad will tell him, "Come on home, son. Come on home." You know what I mean? Because he will be that prodigal son in retrospect, and because he's knocked out the redheaded Mexican. You know what I'm saying? So he's won that Civil War, right? So. Yeah, I mean, it would be a perfect fight. Yeah, I would love to see Golovkin Chavez Jr. And then actually, Chavez Jr. did state he wanted to fight both of those guys, and and right now he's scheduled to fight Canelo Alvarez. So, I think that all three of those guys should fight, and eventually, I think all three will fight. Maybe, I know. Chavez Jr., win or lose, will eventually fight Golovkin, depending on how long Golovkin, depends on fighting. I mean, this might be Golovkin's last year of fighting. He might fight next year, but honestly, if he's missed a step or whatever, or slower and is not in his prime, is not like he is, not as fresh as he is right now, who would want to really see him fight? Honestly, unless you want to see him knock out some nobodies, so. Anyway, that's just my take on it. Leave your comments, concerns below. And you've guys been counterpunched. Peace. Oh, yeah. Please subscribe.